In this video, I'm going to solve this question. Suppose that student participation in a competition that happens every year has a normal distribution with mean 104 students and standard deviation 5 students. And these are the two parts that we have to solve. Okay, let's take a look at the first part. What is the probability that student participation differs from mean by more than one standard deviation? So let's do this in a step-by-step manner. The first thing that I'm going to do is define the random variable x. So let x be the number of students participating in the competition every year. And we are given in the question that x follows a normal distribution. Okay, so x follows a normal distribution. The mean of x is 104 and the standard deviation of x is 5. So the mean of x is 104, standard deviation of x is 5. Now, according to the first part of this question, we have to find the probability that the student participation differs from mean by more than one standard deviation. Now, see, if it has to differ by more than one standard deviation, it can go in either direction. Okay, that means we need the absolute difference between x and 104 to be more than 5. So this can happen in two cases: if x is greater than 109 or if x is less than 99. Okay, because if x is greater than 109, then the difference between the x and the mu is greater than 5. Similarly, if x is less than 99, then the difference between the x and mu is greater than 5. Right? So these are the two cases that we have. So we have to find the probability of this happening. Okay, so we have to find the probability that x is greater than 109 or x is less than 99. So graphically speaking, we have to figure out this probability. So this graph that you see over here, this is for x. Okay, this over here is the mean value. This is 109 and this is 99. We have to find the probability of x greater than 109. So this yellow shaded region and this yellow shaded region. Okay, so this is what we have to find. So now let's see how can we find that. So it's written over here, the above graph shows the probability distribution of x. Graphically speaking, we have to find the probability corresponding to this yellow shaded region. So first of all, let's find the probability that x is greater than 109. So to find the probability that x is greater than 109, we can write it in this manner. So the probability that x is greater than 109 is equal to 1 minus the probability that x is less than equal to 109. Okay, so first we are going to find this, and then whatever number we get for this, we will just subtract it from 1 to find this. Okay, now to find the probability that x is less than equal to 109, we are going to convert this into standard normal. And for standard normal, z is defined in this manner. In this particular case, the mean of x is 104. So z is equal to x minus 104 divided by the standard deviation of x, which is 5. So this is how the z, that is the standard normal random variable, will be defined. So we have to find the probability that x is less than equal to 109. So this is equal to finding the probability of this. Okay, so basically I subtracted 104 from both the sides, and then this is equal to finding the probability of this. So I divided both of them by 5. Now this thing that you see over here, this is nothing but z. Okay, so ultimately the expression boils down to this: the probability that z is less than equal to 1. So the probability that x is less than equal to 109, this is equal to the probability that z is less than equal to 1. And then we can find this probability from the cumulative table. So if you take a look at the z tables, you will be able to find that the probability that z is less than equal to 1 is equal to 0.8413. And once you have this probability, so this is equal to the probability that x is less than equal to 109. This is something that you can put over here. So this will imply the probability that x is greater than 109, which is the probability we are interested in, is equal to 1 minus 0.8413. So this is equal to 0.1587. So the probability that x is greater than 109, this is equal to 0.1587. That means if I have to show this to you graphically, this area over here is 0.1587. So the probability that x is greater than 109 is equal to this. Now, if you want, you can find the probability that x is less than 99 in a similar manner by first converting this expression into an expression which has the z variable, and then you can take a look at the z table to find the probability. However, over here there is also a shortcut. The shortcut is that this over here is a normal distribution, and normal distribution is a symmetric distribution. So whatever probability you have for this, you will have the same probability for this. Okay, because normal distribution is a symmetric distribution, so these two sides are mirror images of each other. So over here also you're going to have the same probability, 0.1587. Okay, I hope this much is clear. So the probability that x is less than 99 using the symmetry rule is equal to 0.1587. Okay, and we have to find the probability that x is greater than 109 or x is less than 99. That means we have to add both of these now. So this is what we got. The probability that x is less than 99 is equal to the probability that x is greater than 109. Both of them are equal to 0.1587. And if you want, you can verify this from the cumulative table as well. And we have to find the probability that the absolute difference between x and the mean value is more than 1 standard deviation. That means we have to find the sum of these two probabilities, which is going to be equal to 0.3174. So that's it for part 1. Let's move to the second part of this question. So for the second part of the question, we have to utilize the same information, and now we have to answer this part. In this part, they are asking us, how would you characterize the top extreme 0.1% of the student participation values? Okay, so we are given the same information. That means we have that same random variable x that follows normal distribution, and the mean is 104. Okay, so the mean is 104 and the standard deviation is equal to 5. So the same information is applicable over here. And over here, they are asking us, how would you characterize the top extreme? Okay, 0.1% of the student participation values. So the main thing that we have in this question is to understand the language and what is being asked. So this is the distribution of x. Okay, so this is a normal distribution. Over here, we have the mean value. Now the top 0.1% is over here. Okay, so this is your top 0.1% somewhere over here. Basically, they are asking us to find the value of a. So what is that value of a to the right of which you have top 0.1%? Okay, that's what you have to find. So the above graph shows the distribution of x. Graphically speaking, we have to find the value of a. The shaded area that we have in this figure, this yellow area, this is 0.1%, or if you want to write this in probability manner, then it's 0.001. Okay, be very careful with this thing in the exam, that the probability to the right of a is not equal to 0.1. Okay, it is equal to 0.001 because this area over here is 0.1%. And probability is written in decimal manner. So if you convert 0.1% into decimals, you will get 0.1 divided by 100, which is equal to 0.001. So the probability that x is greater than a is not equal to 0.1 because that's in terms of percent. It is equal to 0.001. Okay, be careful about this thing, right? So this is what we have, that the probability that x is greater than a is equal to 0.001, and we have to figure out the value of a. So let's do this in a step-by-step manner. So over here, I'm going to convert this expression into an expression where we have the standard normal random variable, that is z. So in this case, z is defined as x minus 104 divided by 5. 104 is the mean of x, 5 is the standard deviation of x. Okay, so this is what we are given. From here, I can write this. So basically, I just subtracted 104 from both the sides, and then from here we can go to here. Now I divided both the sides by 5. Right, and by both the sides I mean both of these sides. So this is side 1 and this is side 2. Okay, so now I divided both of them by 5, so nothing changed in the expression. And over here this becomes z, right? So this boils down to finding this, the probability that z is greater than a minus 104 divided by 5. Okay, now we are given that this is equal to 0.001. Okay, this is equal to 0.001. Now, if this is equal to 0.001, that means the probability that z is less than equal to this expression, this is going to be equal to 1 minus 0.001. Okay, so this implies that the probability that z is less than equal to a minus 104 by 5, this is equal to 0.999. Right, now if you take a look at the z table, you will be able to figure out that the probability that z is less than equal to 3.08 is equal to the probability that z is less than equal to 3.09 is equal to the probability that z is less than equal to 3.10, and all of these are equal to 0.999. Basically, I'm stopping at 3 decimal places over here. That's why these different numbers are giving us the same probability. If you use our software, then you will see that the probabilities will be slightly different. Okay, but if we stop at 3 decimal places, then all of these 3 numbers are giving us the same probability, that is 0.999. Now I want you to compare these two. So take a look at this. Okay, and from here, let's say we choose this. Okay, whatever you choose, it doesn't make much of a difference. So let's say I choose this, that the probability that z is less than equal to 3.08 is equal to 0.999. Now if you compare equation number 1 and equation number 2, what is it that we get? So this is the equation that we got from the question. Okay, so this is the equation that we got from the question, because in the question we were given this and then we started working with it and then we did 4 to 5 steps and then we got this equation, and this is something that we got from the Z table. So this is what we got from the Z table. Now if you compare these two, you will find that this 3.08 should be equal to this. Okay, so from these two equations we get that a minus 104 by 5 should be equal to 3.08, right? And now if you solve this, you'll be able to find the value of a. So that's what I have done over here. Comparing equation number 1 and equation number 2, we get a minus 104 divided by 5 equal to 3.08. So if you solve for a, you will get a is equal to 119.4. And now while writing your final answer, you can do some rounding off over here. So the number of students participating greater than 120, so I have done some rounding off over here, signifies top extreme 0.1%. Okay, so the right answer is 119.4, but you cannot have number of students in decimals, so I am writing 120 over here. So this value of a is approximately 120, and that's the answer to the second part of this question.